Over the years on my channel, I've shown you a wide range of electronic devices and other gadgets. Today I'm going to be showing you something that I've never shown before on my channel. Just recently, a company called Direct Drive Tech contacted me to see if I was interested in creating a video reviewing their product, which happens to be a very cool and fully programmable robot called Diablo. After checking out the robot and its specifications online, I agreed. Just like all my other product testing videos, you can expect a fair and unbiased review. Now before I get started, I'd like to tell you that this robot is not a toy, it's not to be used for illegal purposes, and it's designed to be used by adults or teenagers under adult supervision. Let's get started. When you purchase this robot, it also includes this very nice travel case or carrying case. Extremely durable, it's a heavy case. All of these edges are made out of aluminum or aluminium if you're British. The corners are steel. Everything is riveted together. The plates here are steel. Has a very nice locking mechanism on both sides. Flip it out, rotate it counterclockwise, and then tilt outward. Same for that one. Over here you can put a padlock to make sure no one can go inside. Lift it up, rotate it, tilt down. Looking at the bottom of the case, you can see there are 4 large rubber feet. Keeps the case extremely stable. It will not slide around. Each one of these panels appears to be like a composite material with a plastic coating. Each one. Right here you can see the rear side of this travel case. Very strong hinges. On each side of the case is a heavy-duty spring-loaded steel handle. Having that handle makes it very easy for 2 people to transport the case, walking side by side. As you can see on that end of the case, there are 4 heavy-duty steel casters. You'll be able to lift this case up and easily wheel it around. Alright, let's open this up and take a look what's inside. You can see the protective padding on the inside of the cover. And now let's take a look straight down as I remove all the contents. Over here, a big bag of silica gel, keep the moisture out. And this envelope here has your instruction manual, packing list, as well as warranty. And on top is just some artwork. Let's lift this off. These 2 pieces come off. Now you can see the entire robot. Got this deck on top, which is carbon fiber. It looks like it's CNC machined, as well as the sides, which is nice to see. And here's a case. Let's pull this out and see what's inside. It's in there very snug. As you can see, you can lock these. Probably a key inside. Open this up. Nice case. Same type of a case. Looks like aluminum on the corners and that composite material or plastic. You have that egg crate protective foam padding on the top of the lid, just like inside this case. Included, you get this multi-function tool, 23-in-1. So this right here, very nice tool. It's going to allow you to work on your robot. In the event there's any issues, you'll have the tools all ready to go. Over here is your 33-volt, 3-amp charging brick to charge up the robot's lithium-ion battery pack. Got this cord right here. Over here is your remote control for the robot. Over here we have the keys to the lock. Nothing fancy. Just a little bit of added security in case you don't want anybody using this robot. Over here, and what is this? Direct Drive Agile Bipedal Robot, powered by Direct Drive. I don't know what that's for. It's got a little hole here for something. And in here we have more tools. as well as extra nuts and bolts. Good to have. In here you have a USB charging cable for the remote control. And over here is another base or tool. Let me see something. Does this go in here? All right, that's what that is. It's just a little display thing. To remove the robot, you're simply going to grab here and lift straight up. So let me do that, and I'll place it right in front. Okay, with the robot out of the box, we have a very good view of the rear side of the unit. First glance, appears to be made extremely well. The panel here, carbon fiber CNC cut, looks like about 5 millimeters or 6 millimeters thick, around 1/4 of an inch. This one here, maybe 2.5 millimeters, just under 1/8 of an inch. And there's a lot of panels. So you got carbon fiber here, down here, all around this unit, even in there. Motor here, motor there. Electrical connections, very nicely done. Wires are all protected. Very nice electrical connections that are screw connectors. Moisture is kept out of the connections using the heat shrink tubing along with zip ties. Down here you have your port DC jack where you would plug in your 32.9 volt 3 amp charging brick to charge up Diablo. And you can see inside here you have your very large lithium ion battery pack. This button right here is the emergency stop button. In order to power up Diablo, simply turn it clockwise. Some lights blinking here. I can see the microcontroller is on. Flashing red. That's an indication that the battery state of charge is getting low. So what I would have to do is plug in the charger right here and let it sit for a while. And when this becomes illuminated full green, you know the battery is fully charged. So let me turn it off for now. On the underside of the unit, there are 4 of these rubberized wheels. Look just like what you would see on inline skates, like rollerblades. 4 of those. And then you have metal hubs for these wheels, solid rubber, and the shaft is stainless steel. In case you're wondering how much this weighs, it is 22.9 kilograms, or right around 50 pounds. This robot has a couple of modes. One is a creeping mode, which it's on right now. All the wheels are on the floor. When it's using that mode, you can carry up to 80 kilograms on this deck. So that's a lot of weight, probably around 170, 175 pounds. When the robot is standing up, you're allowed to carry up to 4 kilograms on this deck, or approximately 9 pounds. According to the manual, and we're going to find out very shortly, this runs virtually silent. We're going to find out if that's true. The operating system that's used is Linux, Ubuntu. Now the battery, according to the manual, is a 6 amp hour battery, lithium ion. It retains more than 80% of its initial capacity after 1,000 cycles. Maximum travel speed for this robot is 2 meters per second. You can see these arms, and there's your wheel, solid, with that center stainless axle, and a better look at that carbon fiber. And now from the front. Looking at the front of the Diablo robot, if you unscrew these thumb screws, lift this up, like this, you're going to see the Raspberry Pi 4 microcontroller. And you can see the Raspberry logo and all the ports wrapping around that module. Let me put these 2 panels back, plug this in to charge, and then we're going to take a look at the remote control. In the manual, it also shows the Raspberry Pi 4 module, the control pins, and over here it gives you the pin number and the function. So it could be normally closed, it could be an output voltage for logic. Everything is shown right here if you wanted to make some customization to this robot. Since this is 3 amp hours and the battery is 6 amp hours, It should take approximately 2 hours when the battery is fully depleted to get to full charge. Let me let this sit and we'll come back. Alright, you can see the remote control looks just like a gaming remote control. Buttons here. There are actually 3 positions: center, down, and up. Same for both. This one here, simple push button. Over here is a wheel. Goes left and right. You have a joystick here, joystick there. These are trim adjustments, power button. Right in the center is where you plug in your USB cable to charge, and there's the bottom. This operates at 2.4 gigahertz. The range of this transmitter to control the robot is approximately 150 meters or 500 feet. When you go to power up the robot, you're going to take the red knob on the robot, rotate it to quarter of a turn clockwise. Once it starts booting up, then you're going to push and hold this button right here to power up the remote. You can see the green LEDs. It was 4, then it went down to 3. That's the state of charge. If it gets down towards 1, you're going to want to plug it in with the included USB charging cable. Over here it explains the emergency stop procedure for Diablo using the remote control in the event of an issue. I'm going to show you that once it's powered back up. It uses these buttons right over here, and you're going to use this button here. Now let me quickly go over the controls on the remote. So you're holding this in your hand. The left control here is what's going to make Diablo's head look up and look down. Right here. And then you could swing left or swing right with the robot. This control here adjusts the speed going forward or backwards. And then you could turn to the right or to the left. The thumb wheel adjustment, when you're in the correct mode, which I'm going to show you in a minute, when Diablo is standing, this will allow you to adjust the height of the robot. Now over here, the left rocker has 3 positions. Up is standing mode. Center is also standing mode. Down is creeping. So you don't want to go from standing with the robot to creeping if it's all the way elevated. What you would do is in the standing mode, you would lower the robot to the lowest position and then activate the mode for creeping, and then the robot will drop to the floor for creeping mode. The right rocker switch also has 3 positions. Up is high speed mode for the robot. Center is low speed mode. And if you push it all the way down, that disables the remote control. This button here lets you jump with the robot. The robot has the ability to jump 3 inches even while moving, but if the state of charge of the battery is below 15%, the jumping feature is deactivated. The manual explains the correct positions and what you can do very clearly. Creeping mode, standing mode. And other configurations. Okay, it took just under 2 hours to fully charge the Diablo robot. Once I power it up, it's going to turn around and you're going to see the LED light on the rear. It's going to be fully illuminated. It's not going to be halfway. It's not going to be flashing red. You're going to know it has a full charge. While it was charging, the switch mode power supply brick was only very warm. According to the user's manual, you are not to use this outdoors in the rain, snow, or any other conditions that may be slippery, and you're also not to use this for human transport. Now I'm going to turn on the remote, push and hold. Now looking at the remote control on the top right, if you push it all the way down to the bottom, that's going to deactivate the remote control. And if you push this end all the way down and then you push the jump button, what's going to happen, it's going to flash orange on the back, indicating that it's shut down. That's something that you would do in the event there's an issue with the robot while you're using it. After you do that with the remote control, you walk over to the robot and push down on the red button until the power is deactivated. Right now I'm going to use the right joystick and move backwards a little bit. And I have to say, it is completely silent. All right. Now I'm going to have it stand up by using the left switch right over here. Push it to the middle. And that is very cool. Balancing on the two wheels. It's all the way to the highest position. Okay. When I take this outside with the GoPro on top, we're going to try a lot of different things, but I just wanted to see in the house how it works. Now, according to the manufacturer, in the creeping mode, this deck can handle up to 80 kilograms, so I guess that's around 175 pounds. I weigh 164, so I'm going to sit right on this top plate and just see if it moves back and forth with ease with all of my weight on top. No problem at all. The first thing I want to do is see how well the Diablo can go up an uneven surface. So the carport is 1.5 inches higher than the driveway. If the carport was 2 inches above the blacktop driveway, the Diablo would more than likely be able to do it. Higher than that, it would not. Now I want to take a look to see if the robot can handle 8 pounds of weight on top. The manufacturer says 4 kilograms, so that's roughly around 8.8 pounds. And it's supporting without any problem. Now let's try going to the higher level of the carport floor by jumping. And that was very cool. Let's send it down the street. I want to see as it turns, you can see it. Turn it around. You see when you're moving, it'll lean as you're doing that. Let's go on the grass to see how well that is. Well, I gotta say, it handles the terrain pretty good. Let's take the robot down a trail. Pretty cool, handling the terrain well. You can see the battery strength is showing 3/4 after all the riding around I did. This is on creeping mode using 6 wheels. It's going to be a harder ride because there's no suspension without the robot standing up. So it's going to be bouncier. Now let's see how well the Diablo can go over a pothole. Not bad. Very good. Okay guys, that is it for the testing of this robot, and as you saw, it performed extremely well on the pavement, grass, as well as the trail. Speed of the robot in the regular mode or the slow mode is slow, and in the faster mode, it's pretty good. At no time did the remote control stop directing this robot. The good thing is, this would disappear out of sight before you lose the range on the remote control. With this robot, I'm sure there's a lot of different things you can use it for or attach on top. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to rate, thumbs up, and share. Thanks for watching.